I've never liked Harry Potter. Like people kill me if I tell them that कि मुझे Harry Potter नहीं पसंद. तो मतलब जैसे मैं psychology पढ़ रही थी, so there's this psychologist called Dr. Brian Weiss,
Yeah.
and he's a very good psychologist and hypnotherapist. And उनकी मैंने काफी सारी books पढ़ी थी, which really, मतलब not just from a literature point of view, but from
फिलोसफी कर रहे थे
the
अपने कि
point of view of
if
somebody.
you kind of conspire, like एक thought form होता है अपने दिमाग में, तो I think the entire universe is rigged in such a way that it goes in that direction, right? Things start falling into places. Yeah. So just coming to like some final questions I really wanted to ask you. So any let's say as a, you might say, as an older Amrit, right? Any advice which you would like to give to a younger self of yours, Joe, you knew that, which you think you knew earlier might have helped you with better decisions in life?
I think my advice goes back to that teenage Amrit who was very self-conscious कि मत सोचो इन सब चीज़ों के बारे में, and you are on the right track. Keep, don't let these things get to you. Even though I never let them get to me too much, but still, I think if I had a little more confidence at that age, maybe it would have helped me better. Maybe, or maybe, or matlab, I, it would have helped me to grow as an individual. It would have given me a better personality. So I think to my younger self, I would only say that you know what you have to do. Don't care about what other people think, because I think I spent a lot of my teenagers concentrating on what other people think of me or मेरी image कैसी है. So that is the only thing I will tell myself
Cool,
if I have
cool.
to say something.
That's very amazing because I think through that same example itself, when you were like you were not listening to other people, you debunked that myth कि LSE में तो यार इतना कम acceptance ratio है, मेरा हो ही नहीं पाएगा, percentage इतनी high की है. It was like a flat face palm वाली बात उन लोगों पे कि यार नहीं मतलब I did it because I was brutally rejecting your opinions on my self-worth. I think that is the way you were approaching this through your entire journey, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
there was just like two more questions I really wanted to ask you. So because you are so, I might say, well versed in writing because of your multivariate experiences, right? So any tips for like any starting out writers, or let's say जिसने अगर मान लो explore करना हो writing, so how he or she can
Yeah.
approach that field from a complete beginner, or let's say from a complete college student या जो घुस रहा है अभी college में एकदम शुरू कर रहा है.
I think make books your best friends. There is nothing that a writing course can teach you. Nothing that तुम को कोई YouTube tutorial के how to write a poem, how to write a short story. Nothing can teach you as well as reading good literature. जब तक तुम पढ़ोगे नहीं, तुमको कोई कोर्स नहीं सिखा सकता. So I think my tip to everybody would be just make books your best friends, and always try to increase your vocabulary. I know it sounds very cliche when people say increase your vocabulary, but it's very true. रीड, और वो vocabulary अपने आप ही तुम्हारी enhance होगी एक बार तुम पढ़ना शुरू करोगे. तुम कुछ भी पढ़ो, तुम कोई भी literature उठा के पढ़ो, but just don't give up on reading. You can't be a good writer unless you are a good reader. Unless you can appreciate the work of others and learn from the work of others, you can't be a good writer. You can't just one day open up a diary or open up your laptop and say अब मैं लिखूंगा, but you're not a well read person. So I think reading is the first baby step to any sort of writing. अगर तुम journalism में घुसना चाहते हो तो न्यूज़पेपर्स पढ़ो, अपने देखो कैसे लिखते कैसे हैं. कोई तुमको सिखा नहीं पाएगा कि तुमको लिखना कैसे. वो तुम्हारी एक अपने आप ही स्किल बनेगी once you're reading and you see other professionals, people who are much better than you in your field. उनकी चीजें पढ़ के ही तुम्हें realize होगा कि तुम्हें कैसे पढ़ना है.
I
So I
totally
think that
agree
is
to
my.
that. Yeah, definitely because ऐसे the thing you're saying मेरे साथ एक ऐसे ही personal experience हुआ था. I think unconsciously writing is, or let's say any creative pursuit for that matter, is a creative pursuit जहाँ पे आप अपने वो inner child को you let him or her free, right? क्योंकि मेरे साथ ये बड़ा लिबरेटिंग एक्सपीरियंस था. आई डोंट नो इफ यू कैन रिलेट, बट एक ना मैंने ब्लॉग पुट अप कर रखा था बिकॉज ऑफ द सेल्फ एस्टीम इश्यूज बचपन में कि यार नहीं हो सकता मेरे से, मतलब इनर चाइल्ड की सुनता ही नहीं था मैं कभी, राइट? So there was this one book that really changed my perception, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. So मतलब it's a proper detailed course कि how you can unlock that inner child and just वो जो हमें रीजनिंग सिखाते कि आप एवरेज हो, आप नहीं कर सकते, वो सारी रीजनिंग डिबंक करना. एंड trust me, like when I started those exercises, just after 2 weeks, there was so much liberation because this was a simple activity I used to do कि सुबह उठा 3 पेज लिख रहा हूँ, चाहे जैसा है कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा, ग्रामर है नहीं है क्या नहीं है. And then I understood यार इतना beautiful चीज है, इतना beautiful skill writing, which really helped me in a very longer
Yeah.
way. I think you had that fortune कि कभी inner child पे you never had that blockage, which I was telling you earlier, right? कि very few are fortunate to have good encouraging teachers. नहीं तो वो usually blockage पड़ जाता है inner child पे.
100% credit for my writing goes to my मतलब elementary school की teachers, 6th 7th 8th 9th के teachers, they really encouraged me. And abhi bhi, whenever I meet those teachers, they're always, I'm on very good terms with them still. I still, मेरी जो English की educator है, I still write to her sometimes. I take her opinion on what I'm writing. जैसे तुम अपने लिए गुरु बना लेते हो किसी को, तो उस टाइम पे आई थिंक मैंने अपने लिए गुरु बना लिए थे, जो मेरे 2-3 टीचर्स थे जिनका ओपिनियन मेरे को अभी भी मैटर करता है राइटिंग के उसमें. सो आई स्टिल शेयर इट विद देम. और उनकी तरफ से जब तक वो एक इनकरेजमेंट, अगर उनके साथ में कुछ शेयर करी और उनका स्टैम्प ऑफ अप्रूवल आ जाता है कि अमृत दिस इज वेरी गुड, फिर मेरे को लगता है कि ठीक है, कि आई एम सेटिस्फाइड विद व्हाट आई हैव रिटन और व्हाट आई हैव डन. So yeah, that way luckily I've been very fortunate enough to be blessed with such teachers.
Okay. I really wanted to ask just one more question. Like this really came up to my mind. I think there might be certain hooks or certain books that might have deeply touched you in life, right?
There have been, I can't pick a book which has deeply affected me, but I think हर एज में there were different kinds of books that I was into. बचपन में I was into Roald Dahl or like Matilda and ये सारा कुछ. And I've never liked Harry Potter. Like people kill me if I tell them that कि मुझे Harry Potter नहीं पसंद. तो मतलब जैसे मैं psychology पढ़ रही थी, so there's this psychologist called Dr. Brian Weiss.
Yeah.
And he's a very good psychologist and hypnotherapist. And उनकी मैंने काफी सारी books पढ़ी थी, which really मतलब not just from a literature point of view, but from the point of view of somebody
Spiritual
who's into
point of view,
psychology.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
yeah, from that point of view also it influenced me. But मैं मेरा एक बचपन में तो ऐसा टाइम था कि मेरे को जो बुक मिलती थी मैं पढ़ने लग जाती थी. मेरा कोई फेवरेट ऑथर नहीं था या मेरा कोई फेवरेट जॉनर नहीं था. जो मिलता था मैं पढ़ती थी. द ओनली थिंग आई डिडंट लाइक वाज दिस साइ-फाई फैंटेसी टाइप ऑफ बुक्स. वो मुझे नहीं पसंद थी. बट thrillers, crime, romance novels, all of these were my favorite. And I could read anything. तो मेरे को तो जो मिलता था मैं पढ़ लेती थी. So as such, there is no such book that has influenced me. But yeah, there were many books which inspired me and intrigued me through the way. So,
Got it, got it. It's a very diplomatic answer, but it's very.
no, it's a very true answer, because if somebody tells me what is your favorite book, like जिनको हैरी पॉटर पसंद है उनके मुंह पे सीधा आएगा हैरी पॉटर. जिनको कुछ पसंद है उनके मुंह पे सेम आएगा. मेरे को if somebody asks me one favorite book, I won't have a name. But as an author, I think बचपन में मेरे को रोल्ड डाल बड़ा पसंद था. And then poetry भी, मतलब Maya Angelou, I really like her work. So authors है जिनकी मुझे जर्नीज पसंद आई हैं. For that matter, even though I'm not into Harry Potter, मुझे J.K. Rowling की जर्नी, I was quite inspired by her journey. उसने भी काफी rejections face की थी during the book.
Definitely.
So,
yeah, it really inspires. जब आप ऐसे आर्टिस्ट के स्ट्रगल देखते हो, because they go through immense, एक अलग ही पाथ होता है वो.